2023 was jam-packed with all sorts of pickups. We went to card shows, card shops, and had mail days galore. But in today's video, I'm going to show you guys the top 23 pickups in all of 2023 combined.
Try to catch me howling at the moon.
That's not something you see every day, but only at trade night. Mr. Trevor Lawrence.
What are we doing?
This is out of this world. Today is definitely the craziest day ever at a card show. A lot of time ahead and a lot of opportunity to make this place special every day. So.
All right, what's going on YouTube? Card Collector 2 coming at you here with a brand new video. And today we're back to highlight the top 23 pickups in 2023. This is actually the third time we've done this, so I'm really looking forward to this and showing you guys what we were able to pick up in 2023. You know, we go to shows, shops, have mail days galore, so there's really a lot of different places to pick up cards and collectibles. But I think this is a good group of stuff we've picked up this year. And like every year, this is not going to necessarily be the most expensive pickups in 2023 or the rarest. This is things that you know, I admire a ton and have different reasons for why I put them in here. There's certainly going to be some cards of value and some things you'll laugh and say, why would that be in there? But just know that these are my 23 favorite pickups of this year, and going to be a lot of variety. No question, you will see it in here. All sorts of different grading companies. You're going to have duals and singles and triples and 101s and not numbered and mistakes, and there's a lot of different things in here, so certainly a wide group. So let me get into it, but first and foremost, we got to start with an honorable mention. I actually pulled this when Spectra 2022 came out, and it was probably one of my most liked Instagram photos of the year. It blew up on Twitter. You'll understand why, but it was such a funny moment when it happened, so it was fun to pull, and I don't know if it was fun to pull, but it's cool to look back on and understand how crazy this was at the time. And that is one I've been offered by many people on this card, but it's one I've continued to keep in the personal collection. But how about a Ahmad Sauce Gardner monumental memorabilia jumbo patch, numbered 4 of 5, with a Redskins logo in it. So this is funny for a couple of reasons. Obviously, he's a Jet. This is a Redskins logo for sure. Redskins don't exist as a team anymore. They're the Commanders now. So the Redskins patch will be non-existent going forward. So to be able to get that on a card, that's an air. Apparently the rumor was that a lot of the out of 5s were messed up. But there's just so many things wrapped up into one. I like Sauce. I think he's going to be good. So I think he is good. One Rookie of the Year for crying out loud. But I thought this was just a fun, unique card. So this, to me, is certainly an honorable mention. I'm not a Jets guy, so I'm not going to pretend like I'm stoked to have this in the PC. But just the fact that I pulled it, it's at our shop, like just the uniqueness of the Commanders patch, or the Redskins patch not being a thing. He doesn't play for them. Just so many things kind of wrapped into one. All right, coming in at number 23. Not a ton of baseball, but can't go wrong with a Topps Sterling Bat Knob 1 of 1. Of a Red Sox player. Again, grew up liking the Patriots. Wasn't necessarily keen on the Red Sox per se, but growing up as a Pats fan, you kind of keep an eye on what the Red Sox or the Celtics or the Bruins, some of those teams do. And been to Boston a few times. Love that city. I talk about it a lot, but certainly one of my favorite cities on earth that I've ever been to. So 101 Bat Knob, just kind of as cool as it gets in a card. I think those are some of the best cards Topps makes. So this was a fun one for sure. Then this one, a more recent pickup, but you got the exquisite quad patch auto of the year. I started to collect cards. Multiple Heisman Trophy winners. Well, they should give Reggie Bush his back. You got Leinart Maroney was the first Patriot I collected. It was like him and Chad Jackson. Reggie Bush, all-time guy. Vince Young, you know, USC, Texas, Rose Bowl game. Just so much cool stuff packed into one card. It is a quad NFL Shield 101. It's got to be in there for sure. That's 22. Coming in at 21, the best, I think this is one of the best non-rookie cards of Myles Garrett. Obviously, the green 101 Kaboom would certainly be up there. I'm sure there's Prism cards, there's Flawless Shields. There's definitely some things in the running, but a gold Kaboom. This is Myles Garrett's first ever Kaboom. I think he's the best defensive player in the league. It's numbered to 10. I picked this up at my favorite card show. There's actually a few of those in here. Shout out to Shipshawana Card Show. So you guys know we love going to that one in Indiana. So just a lot of cool things around this. So that would certainly be number 21. Then you've got number 19, or number 20, can't skip letters, or can't skip numbers. George Russell. Picked this up in Vegas. Probably one of the cards I overpaid the most on. I paid more than this card is worth now, I'm sure of it. We got a George Russell Topps Dynasty 1 of 1. George is my wife's favorite driver. I haven't picked up as much F1 this year as I certainly would have liked, but there is no question I enjoy watching it. I've been to a few races. It is something I enjoy watching with my wife, and it's fun to collect because she also enjoys it. And there's not a lot of moments where she's been like stoked I picked up a Jackson Smith and Jigba card, but something like this is cool to her. So it's been fun to collect with her. So again, probably the card I've overpaid on the most this year, but a fun one nonetheless. Then at 19, the real 19, Jackson Smith and Jigba first Bowman Super. This ended up getting brought into the shop. Shout out to my guy Mike for this, but Jackson's first Super Auto from Bowman. I'll never forget that Rose Bowl game. It sucks he ended up not doing as much the next year because he was injury prone, or got injured. I shouldn't say injury prone. That's not fair, but got injured. But that Rose Bowl game, record performance. Just sucks we never really got a healthy Marv and a healthy Jackson in one season because it would have been a lot of fun to watch. But definitely, you guys know I love Ohio State Supers, so adding something like that is cool for me. And then we got this early Game of Thrones auto 2012 Emilia Clarke, also known as Daenerys Targaryen. Big fan of the Game of Thrones autos. It's probably one of my grail items at this point is the dual auto of her and Jon Snow, Kit Harington, from the Game of Thrones. There's one. I know there's one duel. It's from a more recent set, but a dual auto of them from the Game of Thrones, the Rittenhouse product, that is near the top of my list. So to be able to have an auto of her is pretty cool, and definitely don't see those very often. Then we're going to go back to back here on, 17 and 16. Start off with the Garrett Wilson Prism Black Finite 101. Obviously, the season did not turn out like I'm sure many Jets fans, Garrett Wilson, and myself expected. Obviously, Aaron Rodgers getting hurt on the fourth play of the Jets season didn't help, but I have all the confidence in the world. This guy is a superstar and will do something. So hopefully Zach Wilson or Tim Boyle or Trevor Siemian are not throwing Garrett Wilson the ball next year. Hopefully it's more of a savvy veteran like Aaron Rodgers. But that was certainly a fun one. And then again, back-to-back here on card 16. Garrett Wilson, Kaboom, Green. I would imagine one of his best non-rookie autos in existence. Color match, Kaboom. It's huge. 101. There's so many things with this card that I enjoy. So being able to have this one is cool. And originally I thought the Black Finite was the one I would want more, and I think as time's gone on, I think I would prefer the Kaboom 9 if I had to keep one of them. So coming in at 16, I'll say is a Garrett Wilson 101 Kaboom. And then again, going back to the F1 market here, another Shipshawana pickup. Lewis is probably the guy I liked first in F1. I'm sure some favoritism there, just being the fact that he won, but I enjoyed him on Drive to Survive. My wife likes George. This is their first dual auto together, so to be able to have this is cool. Again, it just goes back to being able to collect cards that I can talk with my wife about and watch the sport with her. So this was fun. I really enjoyed picking that one up. That's 15. 14, couple legends. Larry Bird, Magic Johnson, and Michael Jordan. 6 of 10, triple auto. This is an early pickup. This is early 2023. Got this from my guy Matt, I think. But a triple auto PSA 8 of a couple of the greatest basketball players to ever play is fun. So you had to remove one from this list. Had to take one guy off. Who you taking off and who you putting on? Interesting question. Probably taking off Bird and throwing on LeBron, but don't hate me for that. Then you got a Pulisic. So what was that? 15, 16, 15, 14. So this is 13? I think this is 13. Christian Pulisic, Eminence, Gold, on-card patch auto, first-year Eminence Soccer, game-used patch, on-card, Gold Ink, out of 5, Captain America. Not soccer's number one fan, football's number one fan, whatever you choose to call it. But I'm definitely excited for the World Cup to be in the U.S. here in a few years. So that is one I'm hoping I got in early on and will be a fun one to have in 2026. Coming in at number 12, Josh Cribbs. This is special for a few reasons. Obviously, I grew up in Columbus. Josh Cribbs was a big name in Columbus. This dude was electric returning the ball. This is also first-year Prism, 2012 Prism. I've said it before, but I think the early Prism stuff is big. There wasn't 101. I'm going to say this, and I'm sure I don't think I'm wrong, but I'm 99.9% positive there was no Black Finite in basketball Prism. I think they were in football. So I think this is considered the first Black Finite by Panini. Would love to know if I'm accurate on that. But somebody feel free to fact check me on that. I don't think Select came out first. Prism would have the Black Finite. I think this is the first Black Finite for Prism. I just kind of put that together, but I think this is the first Black Finite. Now I'm really trying to think. I'm going back through this. I'm like, either way, first year Prism, Black Finite, from a set that's obviously such a big deal now. We just ripped Prism football first off the line. So what Prism has become, what Josh Cribbs was locally, kind of a cool 1-2 combo, but fun one for sure right there. Then going to number 11, first logo man in the Ohio State PC, and the PC in general, I think. 103, Michael Redd. Got to meet him a few times. A-plus guy. Really, really good guy. Was on the Redeem team until this year. Before Giannis broke it, was the all-time point scorer in a game for the Bucks. Ohio State legend. So a lot of cool things about this, but having a Michael Redd logo man, definitely got to have that in there. All right, top 10. Unfortunately, we do have a Michigan card, but it is a Patriots guy. So Patriots, Tom Brady, immaculate patch auto, numbered out of 49. This is actually in the biggest deal I did of the year. And trade-wise, this was for the T-Law, in the T-Law gold trade. We got a Tom Brady immaculate game-used patch auto. Doesn't appear we're going to have a ton of Brady football stuff at the moment. So to be able to have a game-used patch auto from a solid set like immaculate, it's top 5, top 10 football product of the year. So is a fun one. So definitely enjoy that. Then can't go wrong with my guy CJ2K, Chris Johnson, flawless NFL game-worn shield 2022. Shout out to my guy Logan. This was at trade night, so it just makes it even cooler when you've got pickups from Ship Shawana or the Card Shop or Trade Night. Just big trades with people that you like, or just stuff like that. It's what makes most of this really, really fun. So a flawless CJ2K, again, one of the guys I first collected. I've talked about it before, about the full signature versus the CJ signature. Yeah, just one of the guys I really enjoyed collecting, and to be able to get a flawless game-used shield, 15 years later, it's pretty cool. And then, rest in peace, the legend, Steve Irwin, 9510, Crocodile Hunter auto. Again, I'd been after one of these for a while, but BGS 95 from 2002, the Crocodile Hunter set with the Crikey on the back. Really, really cool piece. So definitely one I will enjoy forever. And then in my opinion, at the moment, I'm sure this will change in time. I know it will change. But at the moment, the best card you can get of the best football receiver I saw play at Ohio State, it's Marvin Harrison Jr. So this is the Bowman Chrome University Variation Superfractor Auto. Did not get featured in an end of year mail days. Just ended up coming, and I paid on arrival, so I had to open it. So made a little short about it on IG and YouTube. But again, I think this is the best card of him at the moment. So to be able to have this, Marv was a lot of fun to watch in Columbus, and he'll definitely be a lot of fun to watch one day in the NFL. Curious to see where he goes, but a Bowman Chrome U Super from the first time he had licensed autographs is fun. So gotta love that. And then before we get in the top 5, it was really, really close. This is where it got really, really hard for me. But how about a Bat Knob 101 of Ken Griffey Jr.? Again, part of that big trade. Wish it was a Reds uniform for sure. That's definitely the goal for me, is to trade this into a Reds Bat Knob 101 someday. Just growing up a Reds guy. Like 90 minutes from Cincinnati, it was Griffey as a Red. But a Bat Knob, I talked about it earlier. Love those. So Griffey 101 from Topps Tier 1. And then the top 5. This is fun. Dual auto, 9-5-10, the best 2 basketball players to ever play the game. LeBron James, Michael Jordan, 9-5-10 dual auto. Just kind of speaks for itself. This is my first Gem Mint dual auto of those guys. It's on card early. It's good. It's fun. It's something I would have dreamed to have as a kid. So to be able to have it now, definitely have to include it in the pickups. And then certainly on a more personal note, how about this one? I talked about it earlier with Jackson, but a legendary Rose Bowl performance. Jackson had 15 for 347 and 3 touchdowns. Stroud had 573 yards and 6 touchdowns. Unfortunately, didn't make the playoff that year, but the Rose Bowl was incredible, and it is 101. So, really, really cool set Onyx did. On-card dual autos with inscriptions, which I think are underrated. I talk about that a lot. 101 hand-numbered. This, for me, is a top Buckeye pickup of the year. Not the top, but it's close. And then, I talked about this when I got it, but just to be able to say Michael Jordan Exquisite. Again, I think a lot of what I enjoy collecting now is unique cards, cool cards, but stuff I would have loved to have as a younger collector. And a Michael Jordan Exquisite patch auto with a nice blue bold auto certainly is on that list. So can't go wrong with an MJ, the black jersey there, 16 of 50. Again, the auto is pristine. That is a nice bold blue auto, and I know that matters on cards of this magnitude. So for sure, that is a fun one. And then going back to Shipshewana, I thought this would be number 1. I didn't anticipate this being beat. This is a card I really, really enjoyed picking up, and certainly made one of the better videos of the year for us. How about a 52 Topps Mickey Mantle? Clean looking card. It's just got incredible eye appeal. Yeah, it's an incredible piece. Not like the first 2 we were able to acquire. Certainly way better eye appeal. Got a little mark there. The cut is clearly a little off there. A little bit of paper loss in the back. I actually think it's undergraded. I said that when I got it, that I think the card is a little undergraded. So maybe one day we'll see if it can get anything different. Maybe another company would put it in a higher grade. I think it's higher, but would love to talk to a real vintage expert who could give me some insight on why they think it would be this or that. So either way, to me, I've talked about it many times. This is trading cards. This is, when you say sports cards, it is the 52 Topps Mantle. It was the card I idolized as a kid. I said rookie card a million times and am corrected a million times that it's the 51 Bowman, not the 52 Topps. But the 52 Topps Mantle is fun, and again, a card I would have idolized as a kid. So to be able to have a nice, good looking, I mean, the eye appeal is just incredible. So to have something like this is something I'm grateful for. So shout out to Shipshewana for a really, really cool card. So that is definitely one of the solid pickups, and it comes in at number 2. But without question, it's not a card. It is not a card, but there's no chance I could ever say anything other than a game-worn jersey of the guy I've collected for 2+ decades would be anywhere near second place. This is something I would have chased for 20+ years collecting. This is a game-used Donnie Nicky Ohio State jersey. This is as good as it gets for me. This is peak collecting. I know I just talked about this in a recent Donnie Nicky PC video, but this is as good as it gets. The jersey's humongous, but to be able to acquire this, I gave up a good bit to get that. But no question at all, the Donnie Nicky jersey was my number 1 pickup in 2023. So a really, really fun one, but it's already got me excited for 2024. Where are we going to go? What are we going to pick up? And what's in store? So as I wrap up the last video of 2023, just know, couldn't have done it without you guys. So shout out for the continued support, the likes, the shares, the comments, anything and everything. It means a ton. So hopefully you guys enjoyed this one, but stay tuned. More cool card content coming very soon. But that's all I got for now, guys. Peace.